Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show every Saturday morning at 7:30. Welcome to listen to us today. We are talking a little bit about real estate and Achievement Realty and a fun Christmas project that we are doing at Achievement Realty. This is Sid Roeder, your host, visiting today with Jason Holmes, the broker owner of Achievement Realty. Welcome, Jason.
Hey, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. Let me talk really quickly before we get into our show today about our sponsor. Our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, and really anybody who cares. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. You can also email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anyone you would like to have us invite, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406. Well, Jason, let's get a little bit into our favorite subject, our lifestyle, real estate.
Homes.
Yes, homes. Its market is slowing down just a notch. We've just checked before this show. We've got how many listings, Jason?
It looks like 66 as of right now, with about 155 additional that are under contract or backup, meaning they're going towards closing. So that's a pretty consistent ratio that we've seen throughout most of the year, honestly. So we were kind of surprised, I think a lot of us in the market, that we weren't down in the 40s or 50s already. So it's kind of refreshing that it doesn't seem like that many homes, but that we have well over 50 homes on the market right now. It's just really misleading like it's been the last couple of years, because homes just sell sometimes in minutes and hours. It's very rare most of the time to see a home on the market more than 3 weeks, depending on price range, obviously. But even some of the higher end homes, and now that used to mean $400,000 or $500,000. Now that means $800,000-$900,000 and above, in my opinion. So yeah, we see homes still going under contract at a rapid pace with multiple offers. I closed on one just a couple of days ago in Thatcher, over in Box Elder County. I thought would take over a month to sell, and we had 3 offers in the first 2 days, and sold for well above list price as well. So it is, when we say slowing down, it doesn't mean the prices are dropping. It just means it's, people have kind of gone into a little bit of hibernation for the holiday. I think that's typically what we see, a little less the last few years, but until kind of when the snow starts to melt, if we ever get snow this year.
Yeah, I guess what I'm seeing on my end, you can tell me if you're feeling the same way, is I do see the amount of offers a little reduced from what they were maybe a couple of months ago. So
Sure, yeah, I think, in the springtime it was just crazy. We'd see 10 and 15 offers on homes pretty regularly, and now it might be 3 to 5, which is still a competitive market. So I don't think it means anything that the tides are changing. I think it's just a seasonal thing that prices maybe aren't climbing at a rapid rate, which is typical this time of year. But I think in springtime the train will just keep on trucking along. So
absolutely. So some of the people I deal with often have a little bit of a fear that if they sell their current residence, that they won't be able to find a replacement property. What's your advice on that?
Sure, that's always a concern, and it's a classic domino effect that people want to avoid. We don't want to sell our house before we know where we're going, or if we want to buy a house but we have to sell ours first, that might put us at a disadvantage. Some brokerages have programs or different kind of gimmicks to help out with that. I think the best thing is just you need to set realistic expectations and share those expectations if you're using a real estate professional such as realtors, and asking for advice, because there are so many forms. There's probably 100 different forms that are out there that realtors have the ability to use, that we don't have to just create out of thin air, which is the beauty of using a local professional realtor. There's certain forms that will allow you to put your home on the market and not sell until you find suitable housing. So you could still be under contract, but give you some breathing room to find your next home, whether it's going to be a purchase, whether it's out of state or an apartment. It just can give you some additional time, whatever you negotiate on, to find your next step, so you don't make a rushed decision, because this market is still very fast. And on the flip side, there's some tactics you can use to list your home, or to put offers on your home, on other homes rather, and give you the ability to try to negotiate getting yours sold in the same time. So there's so many tactics that you can use. Cash sometimes is still king because it eliminates some of those obstacles, but it might not necessarily get you a discount like it has in years past.
Right, and depending on, we believe it's always good to use a professional, because I've negotiated rent leaseback situations where that was even without rent, or just knowing the area and being connected with people. I have been able to find temporary transitioning solutions for my clients out there that were maybe not publicly known.
Sure.
So that's helped a lot in that aspect.
Yeah, the rent back has been very popular the last few years, where it'll allow you to stay in the home, but you basically are renters now. You pay the utilities, and that's it. And sometimes rent, it used to be very strongly encouraged that you'd pay rent, but now sellers are just so excited to buy a home, or buyers are excited to get the sellers out, that they'll be patient sometimes for a month or two with not even collecting any rent, or really reduced rent, just to tie that property up. Typically you have to move out within 60 days though for most loan types. So yeah, there's a lot out there. It can seem complicated or overwhelming, but if you're working with qualified realtors that are local and educated, you're going to sleep great at night.
Yes. Well, we're coming up on our first break here in a hurry. So if any of our listeners interested, we'll be sure to mention Jason's and my phone number again when we come back from the next break, just to make sure that if you have any real estate questions, we're always ready to give advice. But let me talk about our sponsor really quick before we step out. Again, we are sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about them, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com. Or lastly, if you have any questions about real estate or anything related to this radio show, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406. We're going to take a little break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oh, it seems like yesterday I was playing with my kids on the playground.
Seems like yesterday I was building a treehouse in the backyard.
Time goes by too fast, but there is something you can do to ensure you're taken care of down the road. I'm Tracy Ferris with Quality First Insurance. A long-term care insurance policy is something we all need as we get older. If you wait until you need it, you're too late. Let me help you understand the options and benefits of long-term care insurance. Call me today, 435-752-0101.
Whether you have a small business, large corporation, or sole proprietorship, remember Cook Martin Polson has provided quality accounting services since 1977. At Cook Martin Polson, they believe you've earned it, and they're going to help you keep it. Take a minute right now to call 750-5566. That's 750-5566 to set up your tax appointment, and let Cook Martin Polson show you how to keep the money you have earned.
This is Jared Ripplinger with Cook Martin Polson. You've worked hard for your money. Let us help you keep it.
Did you know that one of the greatest threats to our quality of life is a fall? 1/3 of Americans 65 and older, and 1/2 of those over 80 will fall this year. Many will never be the same again, and some will never return to their homes. This is Bruce at Comfort Care. One of the ways we can help people stay in their home is through our free in-home fall protection survey. Let us help you identify these fall risks. Call us at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
This is Brian Erickson for the Sunshine Minute. Each day, our nurses, CNAs, cooks and servers, housekeepers, laundry staff, music, recreation therapy teams, office staff, receptionists, and many more arrive around the clock. These heroes show up ready and willing to serve and protect our residents and clients. We are so grateful to our dedicated team. On behalf of the Board of Sunshine Terrace Foundation and our community, thank you to all of our employees for keeping us safe. We bring more to life together.
And welcome back. This is the Senior Moment Show. This is your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Jason Holmes. He is the owner-broker of Achievement Realty here in Logan, Utah. Welcome back, Jason.
Hey, thanks. It's so good to be here again.
We promised our listeners that if they have any real estate questions that they could get a hold of you and me. So let's take a minute and have you tell people where we're at and your phone number.
You bet. We're on Federal Avenue, historic downtown Logan, just a half a block north of the Tabernacle, next to the Ibis Cafe, Lucky Slice Pizza, all sorts of fun kind of boutiques and restaurants in the area. We've been there over 3 years now, I believe. Love it, but we've been in real estate much longer. It's just that's when our location was ready to move into. And you can stop by anytime, oftentimes on Saturdays too. And our phone number for our office is really simple. It's 435-76-HOUSE.
That's a good phone number. Well, let's talk, like we've talked a little bit about the numbers in real estate. I think what's most crucial in this market is to be prepared. So let's talk a little bit about what a buyer can do, because I have first-time home buyers that have come to me, and it's crucial to be ready. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, number one thing is you need some patience, and number two is don't get discouraged. There are still opportunities out there, but unrealistic ones are where we need to sometimes have that come to Jesus meeting, some reality. And a lot of times people haven't been raised with, budgeting or saving, or they've never known what things actually cost in the real world, and now they have a decent job and they want to, duplicate what they grew up in, and it's often hard, and they don't maybe want to start out on an apartment or a townhome or a condo, and maybe that's all that they can afford, and that's okay. We lived in a townhome for 5 years and loved it until we just didn't fit anymore. But we used the equity we gained from that, and which is nothing like it is nowadays. We just sold a home 2 weeks ago with some clients that bought a brand new townhome that a year ago, and they gained over $130,000 in 1 year just here in Cache Valley. They had to pay some taxes on that, but they still gained way more than I gained in my first townhome purchase. They gained more than what my first townhome cost, actually. And so it's setting, realistic expectations. Looking for a starter home under 150 grand is pretty much unrealistic, but looking for a starter home that's going to be within a budget that you're qualified for, or if you need to team up with another co-signer or a family member, these are all things that we can work on. And don't get discouraged. It might take a few months or even a year. A year out is not too early to start looking to plan to buy or sell.
Absolutely. And so, what do we always recommend is the first step to do when you are getting ready to purchase a home?
It all comes down to the lending. Unless you're just independently wealthy and you're gonna just pay cash for everything, you want to start out by talking with a lender. And if you don't know who, if you want to use your local credit union or bank, great. If you want other recommendations, we have great contacts at pretty much all those places anyways. So happy to sit down or introduce you or refer you to local or even non-local, if you prefer, lending partners that are going to be honest and upfront with you about the best choices for you, and not just put you in a program that benefits them.
Exactly. Let's maybe dive a little bit more into some subjects that might be interesting for seniors that maybe are considering downsizing, because this is a good time to look at maybe a more accessible option of a home. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we're seeing, the greatest generation and generations after that are starting to become empty nesters, sometimes for the second or third time, and they're just done with it. I've had that happen a couple of times this last year, where they're like, we need to be empty nesters again. This is ridiculous. We can't keep having the kids come home. They kind of say it half jokingly, but they just don't want the maintenance. They don't want the stairs. Sometimes they want a simpler, accessible lifestyle. And some of them have other homes or other family throughout the country that they don't want to be tied to always blowing out sprinklers or fixing things and winterizing whatever. So there's a lot of simplicity and beauty in just downsizing. The price necessarily won't be downsized. There's a premium for 55 and older housing right now, just like there's a premium for everything in this life. But there's a huge shift for sure, and we're seeing even a lot of homes that are being built with accessory dwelling units throughout the valley, or basically duplexes, but for family, mother-in-law apartments to live in, where maybe they don't want to live on their own, but they don't want to just share a bathroom. They want to have a private wall in between their kids. So that's becoming a huge trend throughout the nation too.
Right. I mean, do we want to dive into the accessory dwelling units for just a second? Because I think, especially for seniors that would like to stay in their home, that might also be an option in regards to having a caregiver live with, in an independent unit. Do you want to elaborate?
It's so true. Yeah, it's, as real estate professionals, we're not there we're not sharks. We're not vultures just trying to sell properties. We're there to provide consulting and what's best for you as a client. So if your property is in a ADU, we love acronyms in real estate, your accessory dwelling unit, where you can have an attached, most of the time it has to be attached dwelling unit with its own kitchen and restroom and bedroom, it can provide you an additional income, whether your home's paid off or not, to help you out with your daily expenses, and maybe they can even help out with some of those chores. And it helps people, they won't own the property, but it helps them get into at least housing that's suitable. And oftentimes in city locations, and it's becoming very popular. Where I live in Providence, there's 4 or 5 homes that were built in the last year near me that all have basement apartments in them, and they have to go through and get certified and get permits pulled and city approved. But it's worked out really well for those homeowners to actually afford a home, and then it's worked out for the renters as tenants to live in a new house too.
Right, and there are a couple of requirements that you absolutely cannot get around with the accessory dwelling unit. One is that it has to be owner occupied. Mm-hmm. So you need to, this is not a path to turn your home into a duplex. Mm-mm. This is absolutely only possible if you are owner occupied, and there is certainly a parking requirement.
Oh, yes.
That is in there, and then whatever your city has in requirements or ordinances that apply to ADUs.
Certainly.
But again, Jason,
a phone call goes a long way.
Exactly. If you have any questions, if this is something you want to consider and you want to give us a phone call, again, my number is 435-512-6406. And Jason, what's yours?
Well, our office number is the one I'm promoting, is 435-76-HOUSE.
Thank you, Jason. We're up on our second break here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If you're retired or plan to retire soon, will you outlive your money, or will your money outlive you? If you don't know the answer, I can help. Hi, I'm Patty Bartholomew, a financial consultant with Parsonex Securities. If you have questions about your financial plan or just need a second opinion, call me today at 435-227-5556.
Investments are not FDIC insured, nor are they deposits of or guaranteed by a bank or any other entity, so they may lose value. Investors should carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the funds. This and other important information is contained in each fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, which can be obtained from a financial professional and should be read carefully before investing. Securities offered through Parsonex Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC, 8310 South Valley Highway, Suite 110, Inglewood, Colorado, 80112-303-662-8700.
This is Mark Thurston from White Pine Funeral Services. On behalf of all of us here at White Pine, we want to thank the community of Cache Valley for your support this past year. Thank you for selecting us as a silver winner for the Best of Northern Utah. We look forward to many more years of working with you here in our community. We know you have a choice, and we hope you will consider White Pine Funeral Services. If you have questions about cremation, funerals, or planning ahead, please contact us or visit whitepinefunerals.com.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Want an inexperienced surgeon?
Okay, nurse, I'm ready for the scalpel.
How about an inexperienced airline pilot?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, and I'm terrified.
Experience matters, and we have it.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I'd love to meet with you face-to-face and give you a free consultation and market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG, and they will take care of you.
When it comes to successful aging, eating well matters. Staying physically active matters. Getting socially engaged matters. Living alone, aging alone, it's harder to consistently do that. Hi, this is Chris Grohl with Pioneer Valley Lodge, where we make it easier to do those things every day. Our mission at Pioneer Valley Lodge in North Logan is to help seniors live better, age more gracefully, and stay independent for as long as possible. Pioneer Valley Lodge, an independent living community for seniors.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show, hosted by Sid Roeder, and visiting today with Jason Holmes. He is the owner and broker of Achievement Realty here in Logan on Federal Avenue. Welcome back, Jason.
Hey, thanks. It's so fun to be here.
It is. It's great to have you. We've been talking about real estate. We've been talking about downsizing, ADUs, but we also have something else that we wanted to bring onto the show today, because every year Achievement Realty has a special Christmas treat that they are doing, and I'm going to let you take that away.
No, it's great. It's our little, basically nonprofit kind of outreach program we do to help sponsor Christmas for local military families. We call it Santa's Soldiers, and you can find information and details at santasoldiers.com, all one word. I was really surprised when that domain was available a few years ago that it wasn't taken up. And I have personally no experience or affiliation with any military. I haven't served. Very appreciative. I was a Boy Scout. That's as close as I've come. But I appreciate the freedoms that we enjoy and the opportunities we have to be entrepreneurs and to own homes and to help people get into homes and to own homes. But every year there's just a huge need to help communities. And a fellow agent, associate broker in our office, Nancy Davis Buckway in our office, and I started this a few years ago, and we all joined together with Achievement. And I'll just read what's on our website. It says, "We are experiencing unprecedented times, and the need to help out our fellow neighbors has never been stronger. This year we're again partnering with the local armory, which is over by Willow Park, to sponsor 4 military families in need this Christmas. These families all live here in Cache Valley, so they're local, and have experienced tremendous hardships that have left them in crisis. Now, we don't know these families, and they don't know who we are. This is something that we just started as some agents. Used to just be 1 or 2 families, and we try to grow it a little bit each year, depending on what their needs are, and they're asking for basic needs. You know, we have a liaison contact at the armory, both in Ogden and here in Logan, that reaches out and has coordinated with people that she's identified that are in hardships, like dire straits. Not like, hey, we can't make our boat payment or, our third car. It's, we can't keep the lights on. We're having a kid and we need a stroller. Those are the kind of dire straits. And for us, it's just really fun. The spirit of Christmas is giving. So we have a basically virtual list that you can go and sign up on this list. And we're not like collecting information to spam you. We don't reach out to you about real estate needs. This is purely just to help provide a fun Christmas. And there's basic things like socks, underwear, coats, mittens, toaster ovens, like just simple, inexpensive things for the most part. Sometimes there's a stroller in there. Sometimes people just want to donate money. We put that money together. This year we have 7 kids between the 4 families, with several sets of twins or on the way. So there's a need for lots of diapers and wipes, and the cost of everything has gone up this year, just like it did last year. So we're asking for help. Or if you just want to donate money, we'll put it to good use too. And whatever's left over, we give each family some gift cards that they can use at local grocery stores.
Yeah, I think what makes everyone in our office choke up is that when we receive what the family, we don't have names, we just have some ages and sizes for the children. Is what makes us choke up is how down to, no one is asking for fancy electronics or, as you said, the boat payment or anything of that sort. It is very, very humble things that people ask for. We always try to add a little bit on top. And there are 2 ways this works. As you said, we've got the website, and let me say that again, is santassoldiers.com,
Yep, there's 2 S's.
Where you can sign up and you could bring the item or have one of our agents come pick up the item. I guess what's relevant to mention is we have a date where we actually wrap and box the stuff and bring it to the armory so it gets forwarded to the families.
Yep, and we need new items. If you have receipts, great. If not, that's just fine. But we don't want handmade goods necessarily. I mean, if they're clothes, probably okay, but we don't want hand-me-downs. It's a nice touch, but for what's been asked from us, they have certain requirements, and it has to be, new merchandise. And we get restaurants to help out. Sometimes we even get hotel stays from different places too, just to people, mom and dad can have a date night. We want everything to be dropped off at our office, or you can contact us through the website. We can meet you and pick it up for you by next Thursday at our office by 4 p.m. if possible. And then as an office, we kind of turn it into our office party to wrap everything up and get it organized, and then we just drop it off at the armory, and that's Christmas for us. It's just really fun each year.
Right, and the same is for, you can also, if you don't want to go shopping for items, you can also do cash donations, and we will take the cash and fill whatever slots are still open. So again, let me mention the website. It is santassoldiers.com if you want to sign up for any items or get in touch with us. Again, my phone number is 435-512-6406. And Jason, the
our
office
number, which is available all the time, is 435-76-HOUSE, 435-76-HOUSE.
And again, the address on December 16th to drop off any items that you would like to drop off is 64 East Federal Avenue. It's Suite 160. Great big Achievement Realty sign over the door, so you cannot...
And look for the giant Christmas tree on the roof. It's 24 feet tall. Hard to miss.
Exactly. You can't miss the giant Christmas tree. So again, our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group. We are at the end of our show. We'd love to have you tune in again next week, and we'll see you then.